Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Knife Delights and welcome to another Saturday chat. You're not going to believe the guest I have on here today. We have the one and only, the man, the legend, Boston Blade Reviews. I tell you what, I had Big J, his cohort on, the dynamic duo as I call him. He was on the last Saturday chat. If you missed it, make sure and go and listen to that one. But hey, today is today. And I am so happy and so pleased to be able to have a chat here with Boston himself. Boston, welcome to the Saturday chat.
Tom, thank you. I really do. I appreciate you having me. And you know, I watched that between you and Jerry, and that was just a great. You guys did a great job on that, and I just appreciate you having me here. You're very welcoming. I welcoming. I seen that when you and Jerry were talking, and you're very easygoing, easy to talk to guys. So I just appreciate you being having me here.
Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're a working man, a hard working man. Um, you know, and you do have a family, so we're taking away from family time. So, I appreciate you being here because I kind of did a Saturday chat here a couple weeks ago talking about running a channel and the time investment and all this and that. And so
Right.
I really do appreciate when someone can take the time out and talk to me. It's very special to me. So thank you so much, sir.
Oh, absolutely, Tom. You know that you're. I mean, I'll say it. You're somebody that me, Jerry, a lot of other people in the community. Honestly, we look up to. You have great content, and not only just great content. You're a great guy all around, and you do a lot for the community. So, having people on like myself, Jerry last week, guys that you had on before, and bringing in new channels. That's something that this community. Um, it definitely needs, and it's definitely positive for the community, and I think that's just a great thing, Tom.
Well, thank you for your kind words there, but it's just all about friendship.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
no, as I've often said, none of us can own all the knives.
No.
No, nor would one have the time to possibly review all the knives that were ever made. And we all have our own little niches. We have our own little things we focus on. And so when the new channels come out, they bring that new excitement to it with them. They probably bring some knives that maybe we haven't seen before,
Yeah.
or they bring a knife and give a review and from a totally different perspective. And you're like, man, I never thought about that before.
It's
Why they
it's
liked it or didn't like it or what have you. So the more
abs-
channels, the merrier, as far as I'm concerned.
absolutely, you're 100% right. I mean, and there's a lot of new channels coming out now. There's a lot of new people getting involved, and I love seeing that. I absolutely love seeing that. Real quick, let me just turn this down so I can hear you a little better. Just give me one
Okay,
second, Tom.
sure, sure.
Sorry about that.
No, that's just fine.
Um, but yeah, no, I love seeing channels getting involved. Getting into the community and getting involved. And I mean, there's a lot of great channels out there, isn't there?
Oh, I can't. My complaint is I can't keep up with them all.
I can't either.
I
I
simply cannot keep up with them all. Just so if you're a channel out there, if I've subscribed to you, if I haven't commented on your video, one, it doesn't mean I haven't watched it. It's just that maybe I was listening to it while going down the road or something. And of course, you can't, comment while you're driving and all this and that. But it's nothing personal. It's just there's so much great content out there. It's just mind numbing how much and more coming each and every day.
and that's something I feel bad about sometimes because I try to catch everybody's videos, and I try to catch all the shorts and the videos, and it's so hard to keep up.
It is. It really is.
And then you feel bad when you miss a video and you try to get back and watch it, but between working, personal life, and YouTube, it's a lot to juggle. It's a lot to juggle sometimes, but
I I feel guilty, and I'm still behind. I'm getting better. I've gotten behind on answering my comments, and
that's
I
me
feel
too.
terrible about that. But it's just, you know,
It's the nature of it's how it goes. Yeah.
and I hate that because somebody took the time to leave a comment, and I need to answer that comment, and I feel so bad when I can't keep up with them.
Yes, that's absolutely how I feel. That's what I usually do is if I find I find myself falling behind quite a lot, is
Hmm.
I'll find the time one night and I'll just go back to the
Right.
last 3 videos that I made, or the last 5 shorts, whatever it is, and I'll answer those comments
Yeah.
and just try to catch up. But it's like you said, it's nothing personal at all. It's just
No.
not having the time to to have the time to reply all the time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot here for just a minute. I put Big J on the spot. Not really. I'm just,
you
but
you you're good.
I I talked to him about, or asked him about when he and you first connected, and the story of how the friendship just sprouted and bloomed, and just blew up out of nowhere. Okay, to where you two, the chemistry between you two is just, well, it's like I haven't seen before here in the community. You two just have that yin and yang, if you will. From your perspective, when you started your channel, how did you first come across Big J? And once you found out about Big J, how did this friendship blossom?
It's actually a pretty interesting story. Yeah, so I started my channel, my YouTube channel, and I didn't know anything about Big J at all. Obviously, I was brand
Right.
new to YouTube, and he had his own channel going. We may have seen a video of each other's and commented on each other's video here and there.
Yeah.
Nothing on the regular, not very regular at all. But anyways, Warthog, he put out a video, and I'm trying to think what the video was about, but this was a while back. He put out a video, and at the end of his video, he held up an index card, and what he wanted to do was introduce new channels. So he wanted to advertise new channels, and on the index card, he had Boston Blade Reviews and he had Big J's Knives, and said, "Hey, check out these two channels." And I right away thanked Warthog for Rick for doing that. I mean, that was
Right.
just something great that he did, and I thanked him, left a comment on his page, and I went right over to Big J's. I believe I subscribed to Big J's. I think that's pretty much how it happened. I subscribed to him, and he subscribed to me, and we just got talking.
Yeah.
And we, like you said, the chemistry was just there. We hit it. I mean, right away, we just hit it right. We hit right away. We just hit it off, and he's such a. I have to say, Big J is he's such a great guy. We have a lot in common.
Hmm.
He's working all day. I'm working all day, and sometimes we're talking throughout the day. But I'm getting off to bring it back to the beginning. That's how it started. Warthog had a video. He put out 2 channels on an index card. I subscribed to Big J. Big J subscribed to myself, and we just started talking back and forth. And I said to him, we were actually talking through emails too.
Hmm.
We were talking through
Yeah.
emails as well. And after a little while, I said, Jerry, I said, don't you think? I said it'll probably be easier if you're welcome to have my number,
Hmm.
my phone number. You can text me, you can call me, and he responded with absolutely, and he gave me his number, and from there we just started texting. As you know, I'm big into knives, and that's what this whole channel is. Well, that's mostly what this channel is about,
Right.
is a knife channel.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, so we just started texting back and forth about knives, and then we just got to know each other more and more, and it just blossomed from there, and it just turned into a great friendship.
Well, and I know Big J talked about Warthog doing the shout out last week. And now that I've heard you say it again, I want to say that's probably how I found out about both of you two. I
Yeah,
really do. I've been thinking about it.
that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes yeah
Uh,
that makes sense. And you see
the
how something like that, something how what Warthog did, how that can just it can really make a channel, put a channel out there, and 2 channels can just come together like that. So it's just such a great thing. I myself, I love helping or participating in helping new channels myself. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Another good example is Slip Joint Sawyer and Thrifty Kniffy. I mean,
yep,
Patty's Potato Peelers was, I guess, Slip Joint or Slippy as they call him now. He's been
yeah,
nicknamed
Slippy,
Slippy. So
yep,
Slippy, I guess he was putting stuff out on Instagram or Discord or something, and Patty just kind of told him, "Hey, you need to start a channel," and he did. I think this is how the story goes anyway. And then Patty gave him a shout out, and his channel's been growing. Some others gave him some shout outs, got him promoted there a little bit. And
yeah,
then, him and Thrifty they've connected, so they have their own little show that they put out a video maybe once a week. And by the way, for everyone listening, Thrifty Kniffy is, I don't know, he's right around 3,000 subscribers now. So he's getting ready to celebrate another good milestone. So I just thought I'd throw that out there too. But
and Thrifty is so funny. He is just a funny, and I mean
yeah.
that in a good way. He tries to be comical, and he is funny.
Hmm.
I love his channel. I think he has great content. We had him on last week.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, we had Thrifty
He's,
on last week, and he's another great guy in the community, and he's just so funny, and I really like what he's doing with Slippy. That's what's everyone
Slippy, yeah.
Slippy. Yeah, that's what everybody calls him. Yeah, so I think that's a great thing, and it's just there's nothing like I always say. There's nothing like this community. I feel like this community is just a thing of its own. As far as how people interact with each other.
You know what? If you don't mind, I'm gonna take a chance here. I've got to thank. I think I know I have publicly or on a video or something. Thank Patty's Potato Peelers, but if you don't mind, I'm going to take a moment here to talk him up just a little bit.
Absolutely.
I was mentioning how my grandson is just so much into Legos, and Patty had this Swiss Army knife here with the covers on it. Somebody made these covers with the Lego here,
That's awesome.
and without skipping a beat, he's like, "I'll send it to you." I
That's
mean,
yeah. Yep.
that's how this community is. I'll send it to you. Didn't even hesitate.
It's unreal.
And he sent me, and well, when I hit my 1,000 subs, um, the problems we have with trying to ship a knife overseas or post it overseas. And we were on RJ's live, and Patty's just like, that. I'll throw in a knife for the European lads over here.
It's unbelievable. It
I
really
mean,
is. Yeah.
no hesitation. So everyone, if you're not familiar with Patty's Potato Peelers, I know he's just a great friend, and I can't say enough about him. But he's one example of many. RJ's Knives. I mean,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
whatever reason, he allows me on his lives quite frequently as a fan of it.
You guys have a great thing going. You guys have a great thing going.
Yeah,
And I was on that live, and
yeah,
I had a great time on that live.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's a
yes,
good time. So
it is.
hey, we are a knife channel here, or both knife channels. You wouldn't happen to have something to show someone here, would you?
Actually, yeah. So talking now, this will just go right into what we were just talking about. Doom Crew.
Yeah.
Now you've heard of Doom Crew.
Oh yes.
Me and Doom Crew, we just got talking. I didn't know too much about his channel. Big J talks to Doom Crew quite a lot,
Hmm.
and pretty much Big J introduced me to Doom Crew. But here we go again. I started talking to Doom Crew a little bit, and he went ahead and he sent me a knife and a sharpener. A little. I don't have it with me right now, but what happened was Big J got a little sharpener, like a little
Hmm.
carry sharpener,
Right.
and I said, "That's awesome, Jerry." Big J, I said, that's awesome. And Doom Crew goes, "Yeah, I'll send Boston one." When he sent me the sharpener, he also sent me a knife, and this is what I'm talking about: how people are within this community, how giving it is. But
Hmm.
yeah. So this is it right here.
Let me. I'll bring you up full screen here.
Sure.
Maybe. There we go.
just a beautiful. This is an Imperial.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, it has beautiful, beautiful covers on it. I wish
Oh,
that I could get.
no doubt.
I wish I could get that in a little bit better, but it's like green and black covers. Um, you can see the Imperial right there. That's on both sides. Um, Very nice knife. What it has a on the clip point. If I can get this up here, it says on the clip point, limited edition 2017.
Oh, yeah.
And I really like that clip point. I think it's coming in better now where you can see the knife. But
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, just a beautiful knife that Doom Crew sent me. And he's another great guy in the community. But yeah,
I
just and that's what I mean. Just so much. It's unbelievable. But this is a nice, beautiful knife that he sent me, and I'm gonna cherish this.
Oh, absolutely.
He didn't have to do that. I mean,
Nope.
look, what do you think of those covers, Tom?
I think they're gorgeous.
Me too.
I think
Yeah,
they are gorgeous.
yeah, they are very nice, very
Nice.
nice.
The pins look very nice on it.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
pins are a very nice accent.
they are. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are absolutely. And I want to thank Doom Crew for doing that, because that's something that he didn't have to do that, and I had
No.
just met him, and so that's another channel, Doom Crew, great guy, great guy.
I'm just now starting to get to know him, and we've been trying. I want to try to get him here on a Saturday chat too.
Yep,
But again, it's some scheduling issues, and you know what it's like with the scheduling and
I
trying to
do,
make when we both have time to do it.
I do.
But it is my hope that I can get him on a Saturday chat here one of these days. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
well,
Yeah.
and then you talk about some cooperation. Big J sent me this knife for me to review.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you familiar with this one?
He's shown me that one a couple times. A couple
So
times.
um, I sent him the Buck Sprint Ops, that modern flipper, and I think it's going to get sent on to you after he does a review on it. But just another sample of cooperation of sending knives back and forth so others can see it,
Yeah.
review it.
Yep.
I'm already digging that patina. Everyone talks about Tina.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know why. I don't know why they don't talk about Mary and Sue. They only talk about Tina. But
Now, what year is that knife there around?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to really research it yet. I did, just a little bit of initial. I'm thinking it's around circa 1930s or 40s is what
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
yep. That's
And
what I was thinking. 40s. Yeah. Yep.
and as I was looking at it, that can opener style, that is on some like Remington knives and that I have, like the old Boy Scout knives from the 30s.
Yep.
So it's that style of opener, and that kind of gives it away as far as what era it's from. But I need to do more research on it just to make sure. And
That's
then
yep.
and then just like you said, he didn't have to do it, but he sent me this Stockman.
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Big
Can,
J, you didn't
can
have
you
to do
pull
this.
that one up?
Yep, I will.
Oh yeah. Beautiful.
Winchester.
That's a
What's that
beautiful.
say on there?
Yeah. Yep.
Model 70 limited edition.
I love that main blade on there.
Yeah, that is a very slender clip point. That's almost like something you'd find on a bird and trout.
Yeah, it's a
Or
different type, it's different style. Absolutely, it is.
it
Yeah.
is. Yep.
Yep.
Nice, gentle. Yep.
It's a beautiful knife.
Yep. It
Now,
really is.
Big J sent that to you.
He did.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Because he sent me the other one to review, and then he says, "Oh, and here's this one too." And I'm
See?
like,
Yeah.
"Yeah,
Yeah. and I'm so happy for him as well. I don't mean to, but he just hit his 1,000, so
He did. He did. Thanks for bringing that up again. Yep.
yeah, very happy for him. I mean, he's a very hard worker. We all, a lot of us out here. I mean, but I'm just very happy that he hit that, and that's definitely. I know he's very excited about that. So
Absolutely. Um, if you were to start, or if somebody sent you an email and said, I got a lot of knives, but I'm too nervous about getting on YouTube, and I'm just not sure about starting a YouTube channel, what kind of advice would you give to that person?
I would say go for it. I would simply say just go for it. But I would say because you're gonna be nervous in the beginning. You're either gonna be a little nervous, or you're not gonna know much about it. For example, myself, I did a little research. So what I did when I started my channel was, I had my buck collection, right?
Hmm.
And I wanted to, I love knives, so I figured get into the community. But I did a little research on how to get started. I mean, I really didn't. I didn't even know much about how to start a YouTube channel at all. So I,
Yeah.
I did. I went online and I just typed in how to start. I mean, I'm being honest. How to
Yeah.
start how to
Yeah.
start a YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and and it's I say go for it. You're gonna be welcomed. You're gonna be welcomed in no matter what. There's you're whether you have 3 knives or 3,000 knives, it doesn't matter. You know, just
Well,
just come on in and we'll get your name out there for you. Come on in and we'll show us what you have and
yeah.
and we'll help you along the way. I mean, that's the way this community is. That's how
Yeah.
I feel about it.
Everybody's been helping everybody. When I first started, I like to refurbish old knives,
Yeah.
and people would leave comments in there. Hey, why don't you try this? Or I've had good luck doing that. Or try this product. I mean, everybody is just so helpful and so willing to spread their knowledge. And that's
Yes.
what's really impressed me.
Yeah, and you're right, Tom. You're absolutely right, and I say it all the time. There's nothing like this community. I mean, look at all of the guys. Now we also have people making leather. Um,
Yeah.
Jo Ventures, Jo Georgia Venturer, um, Richter
Yep.
with his slips. I don't know if I'm missing anybody, but I mean, look at those guys right there. So they'll make slips and they make beautiful, beautiful stuff. And sometimes they'll just give things out to certain,
Yep.
but it's not just knives. I mean, that's something I want to say too. It's not just knives. You have your knives, you have your leather, but it's making friends. I think the main thing in this community, one of the best things is making friends. And I really mean that. Like me and Big J's. I'm gonna go back to it. Me and Big J's relationship. The best thing that came out of everything is our friendship. Um, and also other people that I've met as well. Yourself, Tom, you're a great guy. And it's the friendships that you make on here is worth more to me than simply you know showing a knife. I mean,
Yep.
showing a knife is one thing. Yes, that's a beautiful knife, but the friendships that you make, and that'll go back to what your question was about if you wanted to start a YouTube channel. Just come on in. Just come
Yep.
on in, and
Yep.
you're gonna be welcomed in.
Now, we always have this fear of leaving a channel out or overlooking a channel, and I don't mean to, but we talk about getting started. Of course, I had Thrifty and RJ really get me going. I had less than 100 subs, and they gave me a shout out, and I really got my journey started then. Along the way, I came across North Star Knife Reviews, and you talk about craftsmanship. He
Yep.
buys blade blanks and then different kinds of wood and fashions handles out for these Nordic type knives, the pukas and things like that. Just a man of immense knowledge on those style of knives. And then kind of along came John at J.O. Ventures, and then that's where the leather thing came through, you know.
Sure.
Another channel, I gotta mention him. He has been an inspiration to me, and that's the Kirby Creek Outfit. I don't know if you're familiar with that. The skills that that man has with a knife and the things that he makes with his knives, and the quality of his videos, of his editing, and just his whole presentation. What a wonderful channel, and he's supported me since, you know, forever. Um,
Sure.
and there's all kinds of other channels out there. And again, you know, Jersey Knife Guy. I mean, I can go on and on and on, and I don't mean to omit anyone, but
Right.
you know,
It's
they have just
unreal.
so
Yeah.
there's the whole variety of content out there that I like. I mean, if you're into the big choppers, you know, you got Legion Tactical Cutlery, or you've got
He,
Choir Boys Outdoors.
he's awesome.
Yep,
Scab. I love watching Scab's channel. He's
yep.
just, yep. All of them are great. But yeah,
And
yeah.
then we got well, he's kind of a neighbor. I haven't met him yet. I hope to make it over to see him, but he only lives a couple hours from me, and that's Addicted to Blades too. And he primarily does a lot of shorts, but my goodness, what skills he has with those katanas and the swords. Just fabulous.
I was watching him. I clicked on his, and me and him talked back and forth through comments. And I went on to his channel the other night, and I just started scrolling through his, because he does a lot of shorts.
Yep.
So I just started scrolling right through his shorts, and man, if you really, excuse me, if you really watch him, he like you just said, he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
He's good at what he does. I mean, he's like a ninja out there.
Yeah. It takes practice. It takes practice.
It does. It does. You know, and he'll have like at nighttime, he'll have the fire set up, and he'll have the bottles, and he's swinging, you know, but that's something that I would like to do. Not, you know, everyone has their own thing, but I would like to do more outside stuff.
Hmm.
That's something that I've been really trying to get more involved with. I've done a few shorts outdoors. You know, I've been doing yard work lately, so I've been doing shorts while I've been doing yard work, making quick
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah.
But you know what I would like to do is get out there and get some more outdoor material. I just got this buck. This is one of my newest to the collection.
Oh, let me bring you up here.
Sure. So this is
Okay.
the 662 Alpha Pro, what's it called? Alpha Scout.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is new for 2023. You can see there the sheath is made in the USA. I don't know how good that's coming in, but the sheath is made in the USA. It says 662, proudly made in the USA. It is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful sheath. I'm trying to get it where you can see it, but just a great. I mean, look at the snap on it,
Oh, yeah.
and just a great knife. If you guys are looking for a small EDC fixed blade, I would highly suggest this knife. Now, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just it's beautiful. They make these scales in two different types. I forget the word for Delamox. I forget how you say it,
Okay. Sure.
but they make these scales in two different types. This is a S35 VN blade steel. You have that nice. This is great for skinning. But Buck has it advertised on their website where you can use this for hunting, for camping, really whatever your EDC tasks is. With that
Oh, yeah.
type of blade shape, you can do so much with this.
Well, I was going to say with that drop point and that wide belly down there, I mean, you could use that for camp cook knife. You know.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yeah, they have really nice jimping up top. You got it. You got it up here on the blade, and then you got it down here as well. So, you know, if you want to come up on the knife, you can come up on it there. You can get your pinch grip. You can come back here, but just a great small EDC. What I kind of do is, give me a second. This is the Etsy Azula.
Uh-huh.
Another great knife, the Etsy Azula, but they're roughly about the same size.
They are. Yeah.
All right. So if you guys know the Etsy Azula, this is going to be the same size. And again, this is new for 2023.
It
Uh,
is.
Great knife. Great knife. Really is. Take it apart. You can clean it, torque screws.
Sure.
But yeah, check that one out, guys. If you guys are looking for a small EDC.
Yeah, they also isn't there a an Alpha Hunter fixed blade that they just came out with? Is
Yeah,
that is it the small Alpha Hunter? Is
I
that what
believe.
they're
I believe the Alpha. See, I'm getting confused. I think the Alpha Hunter is the bigger version of this.
okay? Because what I have is I've got the folding Alpha Hunter.
I I can't see you, but
Yeah,
there you are.
yeah.
There you are. Oh
This
yeah.
actually,
Oh yeah.
actually, this is another knife that Patty sent to me. He says I'm not using it. I'll send it to you. So this is the one with the gut hook on it,
I love that.
and
I
then
love that.
I've got this one here.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Can I see the front side of that? Wow.
Absolutely.
That's yeah. Buck did a great job on that one too.
I'll tell you what, this is a knife. I mean, it's heavy.
You can tell.
It's a half a pound. It's 8 ounces or more.
Oh yeah. That can get some serious work done.
But I'll tell you, when you've got it in your hand, you know you got it in your hand. I mean, you can even see how
Right.
there you could use that to crack some walnuts if you needed to.
Oh yeah.
Liner lock, open construction.
Look at the size of that handle.
Oh yeah, it's
What?
gorgeous. And I wear large to extra large gloves, so I'm kind of an average size hand for a guy, I guess. But it just fits so good in there. It just ergonomically.
What is that handle material made out of, Tom?
It's I can't remember. They've got a special name. It's a rubberized type of material,
I got you. Yep.
and I don't remember exactly what they call it. But so
Right.
it's very slip resistant. Plus, the other nice thing is, in the wintertime and you got gloves on, and if you're holding something metal, it can make your hands awful cold. So this type of grippy stuff is almost acts as an insulation also, so it's not so cold to hang on to. And
Yep.
also when you're wearing gloves and stuff, it helps, from slipping. So
What's the
yeah,
name of that one? That's the Alpha Hunter.
this is the folding Alpha Hunter.
Beautiful knife. And you got that from Patty?
Well, I got the one with the gut hook on it. This came
Okay.
from Patty.
Okay.
And then I bought two of these. I had two of these. And let's see, which one was this? Okay. So this one was in 2002 because the Tang stamp.
Oh,
It's just
yep.
got the anvil on there. And
Yep.
Buck came out just putting that mark on for the 100th year anniversary. So this was a 2002 model.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
that's the only year that they did the anvil was 2002.
right, right.
Right.
So,
Beautiful knife.
so
Beautiful.
I was thinking about that fixed blade Alpha Hunter because they made one before, but like back in the 90s or something like that. Out
Okay.
of out of like their normal 420HC or something. But the ones they came out with, this year, with the upgraded steel, I believe.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And that's another thing about Buck. I mean, Buck is such a great company. There's a lot of great companies out there, but the reason why I personally collect Buck knives is just it has such a rich history, and also they really are staying up in the modern world. Um, they're staying up in the modern world, Tom. I with making new stuff and I got something here I can show you that I really like this one. This is the Buck Onset.
Okay, yeah,
So this is a I would say this is a heavy duty knife. It's the zero. Let me see here. What was this again? This is the 040. 040. So this is the 040 buck onset. You have stainless steel on this side, and this is G10 over here. This comes in S45 VN. It's a liner lock, but just a beautiful design. It's very snappy, and it has that like I said, S45 VN blade steel. But this is what I'm talking about here. So Buck, what I'm trying to think of his name. CJ Buck was talking about is how he listens to his customers.
Yep.
And his customers
Absolutely.
wanted, upgraded blade steel, obviously pocket clips. But yeah, if you guys are looking for a heavy duty knife, I would highly suggest looking at the Buck Onset. Just a great knife overall. Gideon's Tactical. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Gideon's Tactical.
I am. Yep.
He did a great review of this knife. A great review, an outdoor review of this knife, and this is just, I mean, you can get so much done with this. But that's what I'm talking about Buck, just staying up in the modern world, and they're doing great stuff. I mean, everything from that to something like this here. This is the Buck 110. This is the TRX.
Right.
Staying up in the modern world again, and I really like how they're doing their pocket. Sorry, everything's backwards on camera.
Yeah, I know it.
Deep carry pocket clip, G10 dual thumb studs. I mean, they really are. They're just staying up with current events. I don't know, however you want to say it. And another one with this is S30V blade steel. But yeah, just they're doing great things. I got into Buck. I did a video the other day talking about how I kind of got involved with Buck, and mostly because of their rich history. Tristan Barnett. I think you heard me mention him before.
Yes, I did.
Tristan Barnett is a huge Buck collector, and I actually have something here that he made himself. But when I started talking to Tristan, he was just he is a huge Buck collector, and we got talking not only about the knives but the history of Buck.
Right.
And they have such a rich, deep history, and that's the reason I collect them. But I collect all knives now. I mean, not just Buck. I like Spyderco is another great brand. I think Spyderco does some great things. My favorite knife from Spyderco is the Para 3.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I mean, you guys all know this one, the Para 3.
Yep.
The ergos on that are just, I mean, they're unbelievable. They're great. Easy opening, easy closing. Just a great knife. This is the knife I use for work every day. Even though I'm a Buck collector, I use the Para 3 for work every day.
Sure. Now, I tease people, Kevin. I tease them a lot. I said, why would I want to buy a knife with a hole in the blade? It looks defective to me. But
I hear you. It's kind of funny. It is funny. I mean, a lot of people say too that it's an ugly knife. They say Spydercos are ugly.
But they perform.
They perform.
Yep.
Their slices, they perform. I want to give a shout out here real quick, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
So let me grab just a knife here.
Go right ahead.
So I was just talking about Tristan Barnett, and Tristan is he really is a great guy. He's the guy that got me started in this community. He had a lot of videos up, and he's a young man. He's 21, I believe, whatever, but he's very, he goes by his name, Tristan Barnett. He's unbelievable just making knives. He makes knives. He's a Buck collector. He's a Buck enthusiast, a knife enthusiast. He made me this knife here, and I want to just show you guys something. He used an old Nicholson file. So that's actually, this steel is actually a file.
Yep.
It's a Nicholson file. He made this knife. This is walnut, all walnut here on both sides. Obviously, it's all pinned together. Um, but he made this out of a Nicholson file, and he's just a great guy. And he has great content. If you guys are looking for a great channel to watch on, you know, making knives, and if you're looking for something, he'll actually take a 119 and he'll put stag handles on it for you. 120, it doesn't matter what knife it is. He'll put some stag on there for you. So check out him. He's a great channel. There's so many out there. I hate to even mention names because there's so many great channels out there.
That reminds me, in just a few hours, Tristan's going to be on your happy hour live, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
On Saturday, well, in a few hours, because yes, that's right.
Yep.
So he'll be on. It's going to be tonight, 6:00 Eastern, 5:00 Central, and definitely be on the lookout for that one, guys. So, like I said, he's the one that got me started. He got me started into YouTube, and he's just a great guy. He has so many buck knives. It's unbelievable. You guys have seen my collection. His collection isn't put out like this. His is probably in safes and everything, but he just has so many knives, buck knives. I'm sure he'll be showing them later on.
That's what I always tell people. I says I have a starter kit. I mean, there's guys out there that have been collecting for 50, 60 years out there that just have phenomenal collections. I can't even imagine having some of the knives that they have. So I'm a newbie at this whole thing,
Me too.
But I want to agree with you here. I just happened to have this knife out because I did a video on it. It's part of my 3 for Thursday. But this is the Buck Boot Ops knife.
Oh man, that is nice.
154 cm, and it gives you a couple different carry options. You've got this, and this is the way I wore it, strapped around my ankle. But this piece then can mount onto a leather piece so that you can carry it on your belt if you wanted. But I always carried it as a boot knife.
Isn't that the one you carried when you were on duty? You were talking about?
Yes. Yep.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. So, to your point of innovation, here's 154 cm steel. This is not one of Buck's traditional hunting knives. And I think Buck does a wonderful job of maintaining the tradition of their traditional hunting knives, and the heritage of those. Are always coming out with heritage series of those knives. They're always paying homage to those knives, but they're looking to go the step further. And this is just one of those examples.
Absolutely. So, I agree. And that's a beautiful knife.
I got one of the Buck 102s with what is it, S30V steel in it, and I remember listening to CJ Buck explain also. He says, "Yeah, we're late to the game with some of these more what do you want to say, robust, expensive, more quality steels, however you want to say it." He says, "Yes, we were late to the game." He says, "But we didn't want to just jump into it until we knew we had the process down and the recipe down, because I do know Buck takes great pride in their treatment, their metal treatment."
Absolutely.
So I just think that was an indication of how they're trying to do it right, even though they might not be right Johnny on the spot. It's because they're testing it and making sure they got their processes down. So
that's something that I watch a lot of CJ Buck's videos, or Buck videos in general, and I've heard that before myself. Yep.
Did you ever hear the story he tells about the 112 prototype?
No.
Okay, so he's growing up. Of course, his dad is Chuck Buck.
Yep.
And he said in the kitchen there was a drawer, and it was always just full of knives. And he said him and a friend were either going out skin diving or scuba diving or something. And so he wanted a knife to take along, and he reached in the drawer and he pulled out this folding knife and he took it with him. And during the dive, he ended up losing it.
And this is CJ Buck, right?
This was CJ when he was little, or a teenager or whatever.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So he comes home. I don't know how long time elapsed, a day, 2 weeks, or I don't know how long, but his dad Chuck then is looking in that drawer and he's looking for the prototype Buck 112 Ranger. And so CJ had to tell his dad that he had lost that. Now, can you imagine having a prototype of that knife?
That is unbelievable.
And he said, Dad was just ready to, be Dad. You know what I'm saying? He was
exactly what you're saying. Believe me.
I think Dad was fuming. And
Yeah.
he says my mom stuck up for him and like, well, okay, Chuck, if it's that important of a knife, why were you keeping it in the kitchen knife drawer like that? Or something. So he said I got off the hook, but funny story.
I've never heard that, but that's a good one there. So basically, Chuck, he was making the 112 as a prototype. CJ, as a kid, took it out, lost it, and
yeah,
I've never heard that. That's a good one. I've never heard that.
But yeah, you're right about the heritage though, because white buck, during World War II, Buck did not have, they weren't even incorporated really as a company at that point yet. They did not have any kind of a military contract, but he was making what's basically now the 119 Special, and he would make those. He would sell them to local sailors and local Marines. He donated lots of them, for the war effort. So, yeah, there's just that whole rich history there.
There is. He was making them actually out of, wasn't it airplane? It's.
Yeah, out of the airframes, out of the old airframes, the aluminum. He'd take the aluminum from those and make the guards and the pommels.
Yeah.
And then for the handle material, he was getting, now I can't remember. What do you call that stuff?
Micarta? Not micarta.
No, it wasn't micarta. I'll think of it as soon as this ends.
That's how it usually goes. Yep.
But anyway, there was a company that used that stuff and they had scraps of it. So he could go take those scraps. So he was using scrap aluminum and this scrap other material for the handles, and that's what he made the handles out of. So yeah, and I think a lot of blades, at least initially, he used to use old files.
That's what it was. Yeah, I've heard that. Files.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, a rich history, and a lot of people think that I'm just. I don't mean to go back, but I just collect buck. But I love all. I think a good knife is a good knife.
If it cuts, it cuts.
It cuts, it cuts. If it cuts, it cuts. If it's a good knife, it's a good knife. So that's I like a lot of brands. I think Spyderco does a good job as well. I really do. They're another company.
I've got this old Cutmaster. Just a little two-bladed jackknife. It's got the upswept dog leg there, so it's a peanut pattern.
Yep.
Beautiful. This is all my dad and his generation and before. This is all they had. This is what they. Yes, they had some fixed blades, but I mean, they made it through life, growing up on farms and doing farm work and everything else. They got by with a simple slip joint knife.
That's right. And that's something I'm getting more into. That's something that I'm getting more into now is slip joints. Actually, Big J, he kind of got me into getting into slip joints now, especially Case. But there's so many companies that does slip joint knives.
Absolutely.
But, I've been getting a lot of well, I don't want to say a lot, but I've been getting some Case knives. I recently just got one. I have it. I hate to step off camera. It's right here. I can grab it.
Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Second.
Yep. I'll keep everybody entertained by singing. Can you hear me sing? Oh, we just lost our audience, Kevin.
Uh-oh. We'll have to redo it. So I'm actually keeping it in the slip that Georgia Adventurer made. Now Georgia Adventurer makes some great slips.
Yes.
You can see the skulls on there. He has that EDC Leatherworks, his stamp
Right.
skull there. But that beautiful slip. But I just got this the Case Sodbuster in amber
Those are
jig.
great. Those are great knives.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I absolutely. I want to say that this is one of my favorite slip joints right here. Um, Big J was actually at a flea market. He picked up one for himself. He called me and he's like, "Hey, they got another one. Do you want it?" And I said, "I absolutely do." So he sent it my way, and I obviously paid for it. But you know, the Case Sodbuster Junior, just beautiful, beautiful knife. Good work knife.
Yep.
Good work knife. I'll use something like this, even though I have a Spyderco Para 3 on me. I'll use something like this at work, um, and this will get the job done and some. Just like you said, this is what they used to use back in the day. So if they could use it then, we can use them now, right?
Absolutely. Now I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think like the Sodbuster is basically an old what they would call a peasant knife pattern. From back in 1600s, 1500s, just a
Okay.
simple folding blade. It was a peasant knife because it was so simple that even the peasants,
Hmm.
they could have one.
Yeah.
And anyway, that's what it reminds me of. I don't know if that's where it came from or not, but that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. I love how they use that seed, that amber seed jig bone there.
Right.
you know, just a beautiful knife. But yeah, I've been getting more and more into slip joints, and I use them at work.
Yeah.
I use them at work. Another great pattern is obviously the trapper. We all know this knife here.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not showing anyone anything they don't know, but slip joints is just something that I've been getting more and more into lately, and I love using them at work. They are very functional.
What and even like this little peanut that I showed you earlier. Um, what I like about it's a great fifth pocket knife. Doesn't mean you can't carry your modern folder along with it. But if you're out in public, if you're in a store or something, and some lady wants a tag cut off of something, you can say, "Yeah, I can cut that off." You're not whipping out your big old full. You pull a little thing out like this, and nobody pays any attention, and it gets the job done.
That's right.
So
That's
that's
right.
what I like about these little knives. So
Yeah,
they're
that's
they're a great accessory.
yeah. And RJ said that too. RJ said that. He said to me, I can't remember if he said it on a live or if we were talking. Just it might have been on a live, but he goes, yeah. He goes, you can have your main carry on you if you need a bigger knife. That's my dog. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Uh,
fine. You're fine.
you have your main carry on you if you need a bigger knife, and then you have your smaller, your smallest slip joint if you have a smaller job.
Yep.
And that's what I use. That's pretty much what I do. I'll have my
Yep.
Para 3, and then I'll have my slip joint for something on a smaller job.
Yep. You bet. Well, you know what, Boston? Time sure goes fast when we're chatting away here.
Sure does. It sure does.
This has been an absolute pleasure for me. And before I even forget, I want to extend the invitation to both you and Big J because I would love to have you both back on and have you on together. Um, Folks, if you've not seen their happy hour live, it's every Saturday at 5 p.m. Central. And you have Boston Blade Reviews and Big J's Knives. They are the dynamic duo. They really are. You got to catch their lives. And I would just love to have you both back on at the same time here in the future so that we could discuss this some more. Um,
Absolutely.
Folks, I know Boston, if you ever have any questions, I'm sure you leave him a comment on one of his videos. He'll get right back to you. If you have a question about starting a channel or a question on a knife or whatever, he'll help you out. I just know he's that kind of guy.
I,
So,
I appreciate that.
Boston, before we close out here, do you have any final thoughts here for our viewers and listeners?
Yeah, I do. Just thank you guys. I want to say thank you guys because all of us, Tom, and I don't even want to start saying channel names. I can go
I
George
know, I know. Yeah.
because if I miss somebody, I'm gonna feel horrible about it. But just as a whole, as a community as a whole, I just want to say thank you guys because I personally, I'm not on a lot of platforms or whatever you want to call it. I only really do this. I just got an Instagram account and I'm not really on there too much. I just do this, but the reason that I'm on here is because of the community that it is, and it's great. So thank you guys for making it what it is. It's just something I wouldn't be here if it wasn't any good.
You
You
know
know,
what I'm terrible about doing, Boston, is acknowledging our viewers. Without our viewers, this would not be the experience it is.
that's
Thanks
right.
to all the viewers who watch our videos, leave us a comment, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to each and every one. I can't speak for Boston, but I have a pretty good inkling here that he would agree that that's what makes it all worthwhile is when you get them great comments.
100%. Just today, I sent out stickers to people outside of,
Yep.
people, the audience.
Right.
So I know that a lot of people, just real quick, and I know we're going to go, but they've been asking for some Boston Blade Review stickers. Today, I sent out about 30 of them.
Yeah.
Um, and I didn't have enough to get everybody, but I'm ordering tonight. I'm actually ordering some more. If you don't have a sticker coming, or if you didn't receive a sticker, you'll be getting one. It's just that I had to order some more. But I sent out about 30 of them, not only to people that make reviews, but also to people the audience as well. The audience is what makes this what it is, and I 100% agree with that.
Yep. Yep.
And just so thank you guys. I mean, sincerely, thank you guys.
Well, once again, Boston, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to spend with me here on Knife Delights and with the viewers. Folks, if you haven't subscribed to Boston Blade Reviews, I highly encourage it. He's got a wonderful buck collection. He's a wonderful guy with wonderful channel and content. Please check him out. And I know as soon as we stop here, I'm going to think of something I should have said. So I might have to catch it on the next Saturday chat. But until next time, everybody, please have a very delightful day.
Take care, guys.